Now, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There can be no racial justice in Australia without justice for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. That's why the National Anti-Racism Framework and all efforts to combat racism in Australia must be First Peoples centred.
So you see how it all comes back, right? So we can't address racism without accepting that Australia is a racist country. It's pretty much what is being said here. Like, to fix all the problems in Australia, according to the Racial Commission, who happens to be, right? He's not a white dude, right? Apparently Australia is so racist that this, other Indian or Sri Lankan dude has ended up as a racial discrimination commissioner, right? Explain that one to me. Is now saying that the only way that this can be solved, this racist country where he's now the commissioner getting 400k a year, the only way that we can solve this is by accepting that Australia is a racist country because of its history.
We cannot fix a problem without addressing its root cause. And every manifestation of racism in this country stems from the original violence against First Peoples.
Today, be claiming that, somehow we have to do something that recognizes something that no one was responsible for that's live today will all of a sudden automatically fix racism. I don't believe it. Like, do you believe this nonsense? I don't believe it. Like, efforts to combat racism must be First Nation centered. Like, do you really believe that if some reason Australia had solved its historical issues of racism, like this guy is saying, when it comes to Indigenous people, that today there wouldn't be, Arabs, Muslims, and Jews and so forth, divided on the issue that's happening in the Middle East? No, it's totally unrelated. So the way that this is framed as something that, we can only have racial justice in Australia and is by addressing the past is not true. Like, the racism that we're seeing as it relates to the issue in the Middle East is a part of a blood feud that has been happening for thousands and thousands of years in many instances. If your job was the race discrimination commissioner, are you going to come out and say that there's no racism? Like, are you going to do that? It just doesn't fit with the job security of that particular job, right? Because literally, you are in a job where you are trying to find racism.
I dream of the day my role becomes obsolete. A day when no one has to talk about racism.
I don't agree with this guy. He looks like me. He's not my cousin, I promise. But increasingly, people with this kind of ideological slant are the ones who hold the levers of power in this country when it comes to these issues. And they are the ones who are destabilizing our societies,